finally going to do the long-awaited question and answers video of my tummy tuck and tummy tuck revision. I asked on Instagram and my Facebook page if you guys had any questions to ask them, and I would answer them in a Q&A video. So I'm finally going to get this video up. I've been so busy with work and Christmas, and I work retail now, and retail around Christmas is just bananas. So let's get to the questions. I tried to break it down, all my questions down into a orderly fashion, so let's hope this works. So someone asked, how did you lose the weight and know you needed a tummy tuck? If you don't know my story, I had gained like 20 pounds after high school and 60 pounds during my first pregnancy. How I lost it, basically just working out and eating right. That's really the nutshell question. I discovered I had Hashimoto's hypothyroidism in 2011. And I had already been working out. I did Insanity a few times. I tried P90X, didn't like it. Turbo Jam. And I lost 20 pounds. Then I found I had hypothyroidism. Got my thyroid figured out, got on the right dose. And that was when I dropped the rest of my weight till I got down to, I had lost 65 pounds before my tummy tuck. The reason how I needed that was after my second pregnancy, I only gained 20 pounds and I lost it in like 2 months. But after my second pregnancy, my tummy was just a disaster, even worse than before. Before I could hide it more, after I just couldn't even hide it anymore. And that was when I decided, we knew before the tummy tuck that we were done having kids. We have our 4-year-old daughter, and then we had our little baby boy. We had one of each. We were done. I have really hard pregnancies. They're hard on my body. I'm not a fan of the newborn phase, and yeah, we just knew we were done. So that's how I knew I wanted the tummy tuck. I was 23 at the time, and I had this hideous stomach. You've all seen pictures on my Instagram. If you haven't, maybe I'll try to post a picture here. It was just a disaster. How long to decide on tummy tuck? So I did a video. Any videos that are gonna relate to my questions, I will link right about here. But this was the time frames of a tummy tuck video, I believe. But I've started thinking about it since my daughter, Braylee. So 4 years essentially is how long I had been thinking about it. When I got serious about it was after my second kid. I went and saw like a consultant in, I think it was February, and then I had my tummy tuck done in April. So I had a little bit of time, but once I knew, I just jumped right in because I had been contemplating it for 4 years. Someone asked, was the tummy tuck reward for your weight loss goal? I wouldn't necessarily say it was a reward for my weight loss. It was more a reward for everything I had endured, you know, my pregnancy, the weight gain, the weight loss, the, you know, being young and just wanting my body back. It was a reward for just all my hard work and sacrifice and just getting my body back. That's really what it was, is just getting my body back and feeling comfortable in my own skin. A few of you asked, how did I finance it or pay for the tummy tuck? So there's a couple answers for this. First of all, we always keep a savings. So we kind of had saved up for it. Second, my husband had just lost his job in February, and because of that, he had a 401k that wasn't worth keeping. It was at a point where it was better for us to just pull it, and he was going, like, anyways, it was just a better option for us. So we had that money. And then my revision, we just took out like a loan, basically. I think we upped the limit on our credit card and put it on our credit card. That's how we did that. So saving, our 401k, and then a credit card, like just upped our limit on it. How long was your downtime? I was out, like I couldn't pick up my kids for 2 weeks. I lived at my mom for 2 weeks. This is also my time frames of tummy tuck. I will link right here if you want more in-depth time frame things. And then after that, it's a good 6 weeks until you're allowed back into your daily activities, from at least my surgeon, until you're like fully recovered. I probably like even going back to work, whatever, but I answered it more in depth in my time frame tummy tuck video. How long till you could cuddle your baby, and did you have a routine for putting him in bed? So that's back to why I kind of already answered that. Just, it was 2 weeks. I couldn't pick him up, but he was 6 months at the time. So it really depends on how old your kids are and how much they weigh. It's the weight that you have to worry about. And Baden, he was in a newborn setting in his crib, so even when I did come home, I wasn't having to dip down in the crib to get him, to lift him up. He was higher up, and so it was easier for me. And yeah, and I would literally just get him out of his crib, walk downstairs, put him on the floor, and let him play. You know, you can't do a whole lot of up and down, up and down, up and down. Pack and plays are another smart idea. You can have the newborn sitting in the pack and play, but if your baby is older than 6 months or like sitting up and rolling over and all that jazz, you don't want your baby to fall out. So don't do that if they can't do that. Someone asked, does a tummy tuck pull fatty area up under incision? I'm not really sure what you're meaning with the question. I don't know how to answer that, because with the incision, all he does is just takes out like from your belly button down to the incision, and then they pull the area from your belly button down to the incision. They're not really pulling up, but when I had my revision done, he did say that he pinched. He cut new area and he took out like 2 inches, but he pulled, so I guess that might have pulled from under. I'm not exactly sure what you're meaning by that question, but I hope that answers it. And I know a lot of tummy tuck surgeons do lipo in that area, so I don't know. I hope that answers your question. This next question is a little bit personal, so I hope none of you guys are offended, but it is a very valid question. Yeah, no like ignorant comments or anything, please. This is a very like valid question. So someone asked, could I wipe my own butt after a tummy tuck? That seems like a silly question, or like a, oh my gosh, I don't want to know, but it is pretty valid. And the answer to that is yes. That it's nothing like that. Like you're cut there, but you can still move and function and lean. Like it's not gonna stop you from anything like that. So no worries about that. And this is another TMI. I was actually on my period when I had my surgery, and I could handle all that business by myself too, like no problem. Of course, it's uncomfortable for the first 4 days. I mentioned in the time frame of tummy tuck or some video I will link that the first 4 days are the worst, but they're doable if you have your pain meds. But after the 4 days, it's seriously smooth sailing. I mean, you're still recovering, you're still in pain, but it's nothing like the 4 days. She also want to know, is it feasible to think that I can get to the bathroom with a walker after the 2nd week? Yes, very feasible. I didn't need a walker or anything of that sort. I didn't need assistance. I didn't need someone to carry me to the bathroom. You are perfectly fine to walk. A walker will definitely help, because that is one of the biggest things with the tummy tuck, is you have major back pain because you're stuck in that hunched over position for a good 6 weeks. And so you get back pain. So if you have the walker to kind of help support the weight, I guess, of being bent over, it will definitely help, but it is not needed or necessary, I guess. Someone has to describe the pain. Is it like screaming and agony type pain? Waking up is pretty intense. But it's more of just like you're confused, you're groggy, you're in pain. It's mostly just the anesthesia. It's not really like the pain of the surgery. It's just the anesthesia. I have a hard time coming to anesthesia. I get like, I convulse, I get freezing, I get shaky, I get emotional. I didn't stay overnight after my surgery, and so I needed to just, you're in the hospital bed, then you got to move to like the recovery bed, and then you go home that same day. And so when I first woke up, they're just like, okay, well, let's move you into this chair. And I'm like, what? You want me to move right now? No. And it was intense, but nothing too bad. And then, like I said, it's really just 4 days. 4 days of being in a lot of pain, and then you're over it. So this is going to move into my next question. What pain meds and how many did I take? Like, what pain meds was I on? The first 4 days is very manageable with your pain meds. I was given Perk 10s, and seriously, like, I know I'm the type of person where I hate taking pills. I hate being reliable on pills, but seriously, without them, if you try to be a bad A, like, it just makes it so much more miserable. Keep up on your pain meds. You will be fine. Take them. There's times, I think mine was every 4 hours or something like that. Every 4 hours routinely. I don't care. Don't worry about, well, I'm not in that much pain, I'm going to try to hold off. Don't do that. At least for the first 4 days. Take them routinely. So I have my Perk 10s every 4 hours routinely. Even throughout the night, I would wake up in pain. I would take a pain pill, go back to sleep. I slept a lot the first 4 days because of the pain. But like I said, it's really manageable. The pain meds keep keep you tired. And so you just kind of relax and sleep through it all. Not bad. How long was recovery? Like I said, it took a good 2 weeks till I could be on my own because of my kids. But that's about the recovery time. 6 weeks is the full recovery time that you can get back into your normal like activities of daily living, like working out, anything like that. Okay, that is gonna wrap up the initial tummy tuck. I have questions about my revision and then overall questions. This video is already really long, so I will do a second video. I'm probably gonna just film it right now, so if I'm wearing the same thing in my second video, that's why. I hope that helped for initial tummy tuck questions. All the links to my social media are in the description of this video. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Christa Cox 3. And yeah, until next time. Bye, guys.